Amp sims aren't just for demos anymore, they're used on many records regardless of the budget because they can sound great in a mix. In this clip, Carson explains how he's blended 2 of STL Tone Hub's presets together and shows how he used minimal processing to take an already great guitar tone to a finished article. Check it out.
The rhythm guitars I'll just talk about for a minute. The guitar sound on this record is a combination of 2 of the STL Tones Tone Hub presets, one of which is one of ours that we made from a Diesel Herbert amp that I bought from Guitar Center and profiled and returned the next day. The other one is a profile, I think it was a Diesel VH4. I forget whose pack it's from, but it was the final rhythm tone is a combination of those 2 tones. It's kind of balanced together a little bit. So that's pretty cool. I forgot to mention before the DIs hit the STL, the 2 STL plugins, I'm also using this Fortin Nameless suite that Neural DSP makes. I've got everything else bypassed except just this pedal emulation. This is the grind pedal. I just like kind of the aggressive, like mid-rangey thing it does to the guitars. So that's an important part of the tone as well. The Fortin 33 pedal, which is Frederick Thorndal from Meshuggah's signature clean boost. I use that a lot on reamping stuff and tracking with real amps. And this grind pedal is actually pretty close to that. So it's this pedal going into those 2 profiles, and this is the tone we ended up with. I will goose a couple things with an SSL kind of EQ here. So this SSL EQ in this virtual mix rack is really nice. I like it a lot. I use it quite often. We made sure it was all super locked in so you could hear like every nuance of the riff. But yeah, just adding a little bit of brightness here in the highs and the high mids. So let's just cut out a couple little things I want to notch out in here. Now, I'm not high passing this on this EQ because I already did that in the printed tone. I did have a instance of Pro Q doing a little bit of subtractive and putting some filters on right after the instance of STL. So what we have printed here is already high passed. So I'm not going to bother doing any of that on the bus. I am going to throw a little bit of soothe on here. There's this Waves compressor Renaissance Axe that I've been using forever, and it's kind of like a old faithful staple. I like this moderate setting. Just squeezing it a little bit. So let's A/B with this rhythm bus processing in and out. Here it is, active. Okay, so we've just kind of made a little bit more space, got a little bit of the, that low mid kind of woofiness kind of starts going away when you add a little bit of high end here. Got rid of a few resonances using this. Again, very subtly, it's not a lot. Cool thing is, in default, this Soothe plugin works really well with guitars because this band here is focused up. So I tend to, another example of just kind of like almost the default preset. I usually have this on hard, and I usually make the attack as fast as it can go and spike the sharpness and selectivity a little bit. But yeah, not using a lot of this. Again, it's a kind of a cumulative effect here. And the last thing I really want to do with the guitars is just spread them out a little bit, and good old trusty Waves S1 stereo imager, and I'm just going to goose it slightly. Let's see what the sum total of all these 5 plugins is doing to the guitar. So soloed, those are sounding pretty decent to me. Let's hear it with the bass and the drums together.